Hello everyone, this is Deborah from Queen Bee Studio over on Blogspot. And as you probably know by now, I've been making a lot of dimensional boxes for the 6x6 cards that I've been doing. And after wasting a lot of paper, because I was either ending up with my box being upside down from how I really wanted it to be, or I was cutting for the flaps in the wrong spot, I decided to make myself a little template. Now, the actual tutorial for the box itself came from Christina Betts, and I'm going to put her link below so that you can go and check it out. I love doing these boxes. They're like a separate little work of art. So anyway, what I did was I fabricated out of heavier cardstock an actual box pattern, but I didn't fold it. And on here, as Christina tells you, mark the top and mark the bottom. I did that. I also marked my little flaps, so I knew where my flaps would be. And what this allowed me to do was take a patterned paper that has a definite top and bottom and be able to figure out what it would look like on that sheet of paper before I actually started scoring and cutting and then going, no, that isn't really what I wanted. So as you can see, as I turn this around, I can see, okay, this is going to be a side, this is going to be a top, and sometimes what I actually do is put the paper face down so that as I pull these up, I can see exactly what the box would look like from every angle. And I find that to be really helpful. In conjunction to that, I decided that since I was using this all the time, that I would just go ahead and put the measurements for both the 1/2 inch box and my score lines and the 3/4 inch box and the score lines right on my little template. So that's one thing I came up with. Now the other was that as I did these and I decorated the boxes on the outside, I found that I was having a hard time because, as you can see, the paper, when I wanted to press down and make sure something was adhering firmly, it made it difficult. And I thought, well, I'm going to ruin the box. So what I decided to do was make an actual smaller box out of chipboard. This box is just slightly smaller than the card. I think the cards actually measure about 6 1/4 across by 6 1/4 high. And this gives me a nice firm surface. So now when I apply my embellishments, I don't have to worry about what I'm doing. And it slips in and slips out. The reason why I did 2 sides was so that I could just leave it in there for the whole time that I was working. If I wanted to decorate the front and do something on the back, I didn't have to worry about what side box I was on. So, if you're interested, here's what you're going to need. You're going to need 2 squares of 6x6 exact for the top and for the bottom. And then you're going to need some cardstock. The one thing that's important here is that it be 6 inches exactly in length, because we're going to make a little shadow box out of that, and I'll show you that in just a second. So I actually drew on here because it didn't matter. This is only for my own use. And because this was a little bit heavier chipboard, I actually used my bone folder and my Tim Holtz ruler. Big shout out to Tim for this ruler, I love it. And what I did was, did my score lines with my bone folder, and I did them on both the top and the underside, measuring 3/8 in. Now, this would be my cut line, and what you end up after you fold it is a paper that looks like this. It's the same principle as doing a shadow box for anything like the easel cards. So if you take 2 and you just start gluing them together, I just used my handy dandy glue gun, glued it in there, put it in there, and when you have all 4 sides together, glue a piece on the top and glue a piece on the bottom. And that's it. You'll have a firm surface to work on, and you'll never ruin a card box. Thanks, and have a great day. If you like this little helpful hint tutorial, just give me a big shout out below with a few comments. I love them. Thanks, you guys.